Hi everybody, Mature Simmer here. So here for round 4 of off-season event number 1, did go ahead and check the TGC Tours page just to see if there's any update on when the season will be starting. There is not, so again, I'm all good with that. Not looking to rush into season 11, so more than happy to just continue on with what we've got or into the single player stuff and so forth. So again, big focus recently has been kind of continuing on feedback, how to get better, this, that, and whatever. So in the process, I learned that the controller I prefer, which I did in round 3, the wireless one, because it's lighter, this and that, and whatever, can also be wired in. So I did find a cable. Finally, it took me a bit that I can use. We use it somewhere else in our house, so if I'm going to do this wired, I probably need to maybe get another one or something. I don't know yet. But I'm going to give it a try in round 4, where I'm still using what would be the wireless controller, but I have it plugged in with a USB-C cable. I did play 2 offline events again at Aberdeen. Did fine, did well. So I think I ended up with like a +2 or something, which was better than I did in the actual play on those courses and so forth. I don't know that I would say I've noticed that it's actually any better with the wired. In fact, what may be happening is maybe it can send more data, because I have found it is a little more challenging than when I was wireless to get a good solid centered swing path on my tee shots. Again, been really good tee shots either way or so forth, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten a +2. But just so maybe there is a little bit more data getting sent through the cable than otherwise. I don't know how I'd be able to tell that. And just for the overall weight of the controller, I did, and also to verify things, like I did disconnect. I completely deleted it from my Bluetooth setup on the machine, and also remove the batteries, so that takes out the battery weight, which is not, substantial, but in a controller like this, I'd say it's a good 30% of the weight, because batteries aren't light. So I don't know if that'll make it easier, like over time, but it is definitely a nice lighter package. But the lightness I was referring to was more the springiness of the stick and things like that, and obviously that hasn't changed whether the controller's plugged in or not. But the benefit would be that sometimes the batteries would die in the middle of a round, and the way I know that is I can the controller no longer vibrates as I pull back, so suddenly I lose it on a swing, and it's like, oh, well, before I continue, let me go replace the batteries, and it requires me getting up, going to get them, putting them in. It's just a disruption in the middle of a round, and I have noticed sometimes, I don't then sit back down and get back in. Maybe I have a few bad shots, whatever, so that distraction would be gone. So that is a vote for just having the cord plugged in, is that way obviously it's always fully powered, and I'm not going to have that issue. With that said, let's hop into round 4 and see how we finish off this event. Okay, we are still on the black tees, but we have high wind, fast green speeds.
And as you tee this one up on the first hole, final round action, vibes in the air. What's going to happen out there? Looking forward to finding out.
Right, so the other piece that I forgot to mention in the intro screen and so forth, there was a commenter, someone I've not seen before, not a name I recognize, but not like I would recognize a bunch of people. But the point is, I don't know what authority they come with this comment, but they actually told me, I think it was on my first round video, they're like, oh, that +5, it's a really good score, because this course is a platinum level course, so in theory, like, I guess we wouldn't see it in the normal challenge circuit or whatever. So he's like, if you're getting that kind of a score on this course with the level you're at, not having a tour card or whatever, like you're doing really, really well. Don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's the feedback I was given.
And you're away. Let's have a good one out there today.
So, you know, again, and it's not like I wasn't doing that little tail off swing thing with it not being plugged in.
Second shot.
But I'm definitely like paying more attention, if nothing else, and so I might not have enough here because this is basically going to take me down to 140. So wow, yeah, this is a lot. But that's going to kick pretty far. I mean, they might negate each other, so let's go with that and see what we do. Okay, decent shot. Pretty much the same shot I did. Good news is we got a nice crazy roll, although it's not stopping. Again, the greens are fast, so. But
here's our third shot.
Overall, I'd say that's pretty good. We're moving all the way to the left the whole time and downhill, so I need to be really, really light on my touch here. 18 yards, huh? Still too hard, I think. Let's see. Not bad, though. Not bad on the direction.
All right, drop this on in and save your par.
Alright, looks like a pretty significant break. Oh my god. That must have been one of the ones off the blade. That like took off instantly off the blade.
This one's tracking.
So much for I thought I had a par and then suddenly I don't. Wow.
Okay, careful out there. We got a tailwind.
Alright, we're going to lose 7, gain. I'm going to go back 2 because we're gaining on the elevation and the wind. So we're basically gaining 21 yards straight on. So I'm just going to stay straight on.
Yep, that's
a little bit fast, but we should be fine. Well, we won't be wet. That's the biggest thing.
One, but that's okay.
All right.
Here's our second shot on hole number 2.
A little bit there. Maybe a little bit light. Maybe not. Again, with these fast greens, things are a little crazier than one would assume. Ooh, it started to move. I hit it a little light. I didn't want to overpower it because I had a good downhill there. And was like, well, I don't want to hit it too hard, and then it just jumps the hole, which I've had happen with some of the short putts.
On the third.
Apologize, the little arrow was not vanishing in the corner. If you don't put it like entirely in the corner, the mouse pointer just stays there. It's distracting, honestly. I don't know if it's distracting as a viewer, but it's distracting for me as a player. Oof, another slow, but it'll work out. We have enough room here. But yeah, if that commenter was right, I mean, it would make sense because I'm like, my God, the rolling of the fairways and all this stuff is just a bit much. 13 yards of wind, or 13 yards. 13 miles per hour. Usually it's a yard per, but once you get above 10, it's kind of like 1.5 yards per is what the suggestion always is, so that's why I'm moving so far over. So we'll see if I'm right. Of course, with the fast hit, I'm negating some of the wind, but I did at least land on the green, but didn't stay on the green.
Setting up here now for our third shot.
We gonna clear? All right. At least it didn't dump me back down, so that's important. All right. Let's see. Not downhill. Ooh, not a great swing path. Not bad though. Not bad, but ooh.
A little too much power.
Yep.
Here we go. 4 par.
Much better swing.
Well
Oh,
done on this one.
I thought it was lipping out. Much better swing path there. So, so again, really working on honing that stuff in.
Right to left out there.
All right. Driver. I'm going to try this. Wow, that is so skinny of a landing area. Okay, I'm counting on the wind here. Yeah, I probably should have stuck with the driver. I was worried the driver was too far, but...
Okay, second shot here on the 4th.
I probably should have stuck with the driver. I mean, I will say, I don't have a lot of reason to doubt the feedback I got. Because this course is pretty wicked. I mean... But I don't know how... Oh, really? See what I mean? Like, you're that close to the hole and it's already, like, shooting you off? Like, wow. Oh, no, 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 no. Really?
Okay.
Alright, we're putting. We're not going to play around anymore. We are just putting. Because at least if I get close, it should hopefully stay. Wow. Alright. That was ugly. But again, that was a putt disaster more than anything else, so I'd say that was still decent. I'm consistent, I'll give you that. Pretty much same swing path, same timing. If I can just fix that up, that would be better. I did get a perfect, I think, on one of the swings. That I had on one of the rounds, you know, so at least one. Yeah, I've had this rejected there before.
And this is your 3rd shot.
Okay, fast, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the curvature of these greens is like... It is just a bit crazy. Ah!
Oh my.
Kind of felt I was going too far. Oh, wow. Oh boy.
Just pop this in and grab a bogey.
I think it was downhill and I wasn't paying attention, so... Silly me. So I definitely had overhit it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That was a bit not quite on, but it's alright. Can loop around and fall in, but yeah, right now. And again, one would expect with the wind, with everything else that's going on, I mean, yes, it's going to be harder. So again, 18 feet, mainly a side breeze. Alright, it didn't blow as far as I thought last time, so I'm not going to go as far out as I did. Man, I need to get that slow.
Heading right at the pin.
Back up. Oh, bounce was good, but it wasn't enough to...
Okay, second shot on the 6th.
Wasn't enough to power its way through. My goodness.
Okay, positive thoughts. Let's save par right here.
That would be awesome. But yeah, you can see the downhill that dragged it down here. Oh, yoy, ugly swing. Oh, so close though.
As that one drops,
what am I doing?
2 bogeys back to back, so let's crank things up a notch on the next one. And here we go, par 5.
Trying to figure out, because there is a little bit, like obviously the cord kind of heads off to the side to go to the computer where it's sitting there, because it's not like I have the computer right in front of me, and so there is like a little bit of pull weight, I don't know what you want to call it, so it's just a bit odd.
Yes.
Alright,
That's
that's
a good
better.
swing.
So, timing was good, but you can, again, you can see these
About
fairways.
195 yards.
But we've had some crazy fairways sometimes. It's just, I would say, like, this is clearly well designed that way, where other times I think, like, the fairways are that way, but, like, it's like the designer just suck. But, I mean, this is really smooth and whatever, so maybe it is just a crazy difficult course. I don't know. Alright.
Hopefully we get a bounce to the left.
Alright, well, we didn't, but
Nice
at least
approach.
we stayed on the
Good
fairway,
luck here.
or
I
on the
would
green,
love to see you sink this one.
which
It's
is
a big
kind
one.
of the fairway. This is a big one. Okay, good swing path. Not enough movement, but we are right there, so.
Sink this and you'll pull down a birdie. And ripping out a birdie after bogeying the last. That's what I like to see. It's blowing out there. We got a headwind on this hole.
Alright, definitely aiming off with the wind, and it's pushing back on us as well. Alright. So that is going to be in a good spot, I think. Not bad, not bad.
Having that. Okay, we've got about 165 yards to go here.
Alright, we're uphill and wind with us, so I am going to go ahead and actually play it the way I should this time. Ah! And you could hear the difference. It was not a solid shot. No, it is no good. Alright, we're going to lose 14, so technically I go up here. Kind of decent, but not enough to bounce on, because these greens are nasty. Okay, about 100, which is kind of what I wanted.
Nice chip. This one's for the bogue. Okay, let's head to the next.
Wow. Again, you get it very slow on a challenging course, regardless of when you get it.
Hopefully you're ready for it.
Creates some things for you.
Oop, sliced and diced on that one.
Back on the slow train. Stay on this side of the hole. Alright. Kind of did.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It happens.
Alright, so not quite as bad. So that'd be 15-22. That'd put me down at 30. Oy, oy, oy. It's kind of almost there. So I'm going to stick with that and then move over for the wind. I can't. Oh my god, there's a bad lie there. So we're going to move over more. I think. Not too bad.
Might be a bit long.
Not too bad, but still long, so.
Okay, you ended up on the green as it turns out, so that's pretty good.
All right, I think a lot of this, so we're going to go that way. We got some downhill, and then it kind of, this is that valley hole where it kind of goes down, but then it goes back up. Come on, aw. Don't go over the crest.
Okay,
all right.
Feet to deal with.
Wow, that's still not good. This is a long, tough putt under these circumstances. Nope, not quite enough. Nice horse.
Too firm on that one. And a 4-foot putt.
All right, another bogey. Darn it.
Let's see how close we can get this one to the pin.
Wow. Going back for sure. Going back.
Nicely done. You got some good contact there.
I did in fact. Come on. All right.
You had that one dialed in, didn't you? Here's an 11-footer.
A little bit of movement, so we're going to play a little bit of movement. Good path, but
this next putt
I guess Guess not enough movement. Unbelievable.
Nicely done.
Huh. Oh well, I was really convinced I was going to get one back there. A little too confident, I guess. Counting my chickens before they hatch, as they say. Well, that's the right direction. It'll at least put me in the fairway. Oh my goodness.
Smart shot. Okay, second shot.
That was nuts, is what that was. I'm thinking this is going to be too far, but I'm as close as that is to the front. I'm worried if I don't do it, I could hit the front and bounce back. So we're going to stick with this. Okay, should be solid. Man, it still did it. Wow.
This is our third shot.
Not bad, not bad.
Good job with that chip shot. And wouldn't it be nice to save par on this one?
Well, we did get par.
Teeing off on a par 3.
I'm trying to remember. I think I was at 18 when I started. It might have been 17. So not quite. All right, so this is even. I don't know. This might be too much. That is an insane. I mean, I've played this course before, but my God, that looks suddenly like so small and so thin.
Nice swing.
Yeah, not such a good swing path, but again, it worked out. So, just stop.
Nice shot. That'll do.
A little bit of forgiveness.
22 feet.
Because I had the slow that somewhat counteracted the crazy squiggle path. Okay, good putt path. Oh, come on!
That went right by.
That did hit the hole.
This one's just a 5-footer. Looking good.
Oh, come on!
A little too hard. And setting up here for the bogey.
It just feels unfair on that one. I very rarely say, all right, I didn't blow that. I think I just got robbed on that one. I'm gonna take the robbery card this time. All right. That wind is windy.
About 125.
That's all we can say with that. Wow. Okay. So, counting on the wind a little bit here. Nah, the slow is going to just counteract it some, though. We are on the green.
We're on the green with that one. Well done. And here we go.
All right.
40-footer ahead of us.
This one always pulls way to the left on me. So I'm going to learn from my 3 visits here before. A little bit of a pull at the end, and now it does nothing. Making a liar out of me.
For par.
Tell you that. Yeah, this will come off the blade kind of nuts, I think. You're
Right
not.
by the hole.
Ah, too hard. Oh my God, way too hard. Yeah, that was me. When is it going to stop, for God's sakes? Wow. All right. Live and learn, I guess.
Ooh. Here's a 7-foot putt.
All right. Again, I don't want to go too far because the huge downhill afterwards.
Looking pretty good.
So I am just giving it enough.
Done.
And I'd say that was pretty smooth touch there. So I'm pretty happy. Not with the final result, but with how I executed that final putt. All right. Straight on wind. But we are uphill. So, oh, you bastard. You are not going to carry. I mean, it kind of did, but
Setting
that
up
is
an
not. I mean, I knew I had the wind, but
might call for some extra
I don't think
distance.
you can tell exactly, like, because it's giving you the pin and saying it's 80 feet above, but I don't think with our settings, because of the master difficulty and how they're set, that you can see what the rise really is at that point. But we can tell we were at 80, and now we're at 56. So in theory, we went up about 34 feet, which will take off 10, 11 yards. You know, so that was a little bit of it. So again, with the 56, we're going to lose like 19 yards. So I'm going to go up to the 5 wood. I may regret this because we've got water not just in front and or to the sides, but behind. But I think this will be okay. Not the greatest. All right, we cleared that little valley. That's the big thing. Let's see what the roll does. No, still rolled off.
Here's our third
It just could not hold. All right, I'm going way over here. Uh-oh, not going to get up the hill. Darn it. I saw it as soon as it left. All right, now we're where we needed, but what is happening? It's like I'm pressing the button, but it's not taking it.
It could be a good one.
Should be a good one. It certainly was one that required some attention to detail. I'll tell you that, because that was not close enough to make it simple. All right.
Not the greatest of contact on that one.
No, not really. Bouncing, it'll. Oh, I thought it might. Thought it might barf me back onto the green, but it did not. All right, slow roll, slow. Come on, just stop. What are you doing? That should not have gone that far. My God, that is insanity.
Third shot.
I mean, it was slowing down, and then suddenly it just was not going to stop. Just get up this rise. All right. Don't you dare.
6 feet.
I don't know. I'm beginning to think this person's right, because I'll tell you, these pin placements have gotten more and more wicked with each. Oh, come on.
Right by the hole, isn't it?
I mean, I get I moved it, but it should have moved a little bit.
Looking good. All right, well done.
Ah, there's sheep up there. I didn't realize all the animals on this course. We have a horse. We have sheep. All right. Well.
And you're teeing up on a
again.
par 4 for this one.
Yeah, you guys will have to be the judge of the. You know, how you think things are with the controller. I mean, I think they're similar. You know, yeah, I'm kind of ending up in that same spot that I was with the wired controller with the slow right now for some reason, but half tempted, but nah, like half tempted to, you know what, I'm doing so shitty right now, we're gonna do it. Alright, so what I did, I've gone back to the wireless. So I've disconnected the wire, obviously put batteries in, set the Bluetooth up. We're going to finish that way, and we're going to see if it's any different. Because I'm almost like, am I getting even higher polling? And now it requires so much accuracy that I can't do anything. We'll see. Maybe it's just that I'm doing what I was doing always. Man, let's see. I should be able to clear it a fair way, though. See, because that's not as slow, and it's certainly straighter.
Okay, back in the fairway. Great stuff.
Because again, I kind of need to find what works for me. All right, I am not going to try to do a partial. Now again, I do tend to struggle with the flops sometimes, so I don't know that I can read much into that. Okay, we are uphill.
Oh, it's getting there.
Ah.
A bit too much power into that putt. Good job. That's in for bogey.
Yeah, power wasn't the problem on that. It was the line.
And this is a short par 4 we're teeing off on now. Might be able to make a move.
Okay. Okay, see how much closer I am to that center point? So that's what I was looking at, because yeah, that's like
too bad.
I'm really starting to believe that person's onto something who suggested it, because that little mound, like literally, if you don't land on the front of it, you're getting kicked heavily left or right immediately. Like, it's insanity. All right, so let's go. We got to go to a flop shot here. 55 is going to take me down, but with the 12, do I go here? Because this is going to take me down, say, to 40. You know what? I might go with this instead of the 55. Okay, kind of a decent shot, other than my swing path was dog crap, but my God. That is a green that says...
This could be a birdie if you want to drop this in the hole.
I mean, look at that. It's like literally either get up there or I'm just going to throw you out the window. 112 feet. I don't think I've had a putt this long, because most greens aren't this ridiculously long. I didn't hit it hard enough. I know I didn't hit it hard enough.
29 feet to go.
I was like, I don't want to go nuts, and then... Okay, now I gotta go further than that.
Really good. Oh,
and it's
putter work.
And I was doing some of that, so it's hard to argue. I don't know. I mean, I get it's one hole. Let's do the other two, but...
Well, see if you can use the tailwind on this hole.
Again, closer. We're not as far over on the slow. So, hi, cow. Now, I know, I kind of know they were there, but...
Currently.
Okay. Into the sun. Yeah, this is just a tough hole, regardless, because of the length. We're going to go normal. And we're going to pull it way back again. Oh my goodness. I'm going to aim right at the pin, and we're going to let, you know what, I'm going to aim more over here, and we're going to let the wind do its thing. Yep, there we go. It should line me up. I'd say that's pretty good, other than it's not stopping.
Yeah, you'll take that.
This like was not doing that before, maybe because it was the medium. Look at that crazy lie. Wait, this is the 18th? Alright, so I guess I had gone through. You know what, I started on the...
Oh, that one zipped right by, didn't it?
I started on the end of the 16th. Oh, come on, it's going to roll down the hill.
Alright, here is a look at our par putt.
Yeah, this thing is nuts. A little bit of the tail. Go in. Thank you.
And sealing your round with a
so those are two solid pars.
And with back.
I'm not
I
sure.
say goodbye.
Honestly, I feel like
See you next time.
it connected and wired in makes it more sensitive. So I'm not sure. It's hard to argue against the wireless result, I think. So, I mean, if nothing else, I have the option where I can plug it in and so forth. And again, maybe it's just honing things a little bit more. Because again, obviously my worst round, but again, 4 strokes from the second round. You know, I don't know. I mean, the wind was certainly a factor. You know, I had a couple very slows, but either way, I think we've established the controller I used in rounds 3 and 4. Unless someone can give me some real compelling reason, like I'm sticking with the controller I did in 3 and 4. I'm not going to the cheaper OEM that I think clearly was giving me challenges. But the struggle I have here is being connected, and I was debating, like, do I want to plug the wire in now and introduce that and not really give myself 2 full rounds of wireless? And I'm like, you know, I'll do it because I've got at least 2 more off-season events are scheduled, so we're going to have some other options here. If someone else does know, again, the commenter, like, is this a platinum course that you'd never see on anything else? I would love to know that, because I would say, my goodness, if I got a plus 29 on that, then I'm probably doing quite well, given that I've done worse than this on non-platinum courses, you know, that were supposed to be for the challenge circuit. So, but I don't know. You know, I'm just, it's like I said, some random commenter. I'd have to go look who they are, and it's not like my videos have even tens of comments. I mean, there's like 2 or 3. So if you're curious, go look on my round 1 event video, and you'll find the comment, and maybe if you recognize, oh yeah, that's whoever, and they're way up there and they're telling you that, or they're in the Platinum Tour and they're telling you that, then let me know, you know, because if they know and they're right, like, that certainly gives me some additional food for thought. I'm not letting it give me an excuse of, oh, well, that's why I got a plus 29. I mean, I'm still looking to play well, but I have a hard time feeling I kind of didn't play well. It's not like, other than that really one very slow approach shot I had, I think everything was out of the very range. So again, a very good round with control. Obviously even switching up, going to the wireless thing in the last few, and I drained 2 really long putts where I was having some challenges with the putts earlier, which again, if there's some increased sensitivity, like, any little movement may have been echoed more. Like, that may be the sweet spot. Like, the OEM controller was not sensitive enough, so I didn't have enough options, but then plugging in the wireless controller made it so sensitive that it then pushes me too far to exacerbate anything that isn't exactly the robotic repeat as a difference, where here it's maybe missing some of that output, and therefore it's a little more forgiving. The problem is, again, I had basically 2 tee shots out of 18 that we tried back on wireless, so you know, I suppose you could go back and look at round 3, but, you know, which I think, again, I had much better results and so forth. Because again, I can't say I didn't adjust to some degree with the wired. We've got this event done, so I can't do any more TGC rounds on this. However, it's possible TGC round 2 will be open tomorrow already, so I might be able to just keep going and you know, get those done and then go back to the single player or whatever. But we've done the experiment, and I think we've got definitive results, and I'd love to hear what you've got to say regarding that. So please comment below, and if you've not liked this or are not a subscriber, please consider those things, and I'll see you next time.